Hello, and welcome to the CCNA Video Mentor 2nd Edition. My name is Wendell Odom, and I'll be your instructor or mentor for this product. By way of introduction, I've been around the networking world since the early 1980s, and for the last 15 years, I've either taught full-time or part-time the Cisco authorized curriculum. Additionally, I've written several books for Cisco Press, including the current ICND1 and ICND2 exam certification guides that help you get ready to pass your test for the CCNA certification. Next, let me tell you a little bit about the videos that you'll see with this product. Each video shows the computer desktop of my computer in my office. So what I did was set up some PowerPoint animation that shows you a scenario and shows what's going to happen in a particular network. Then I turn up a terminal emulator and I get into the command line interface of some routers and switches. We then look at some show commands and configuration commands to make the routers and switches actually do what was described earlier in the animation. So by the end of the lab, you've seen what should be happening in a network and how to make the routers and switches actually do that. Additionally, the product comes with a physical printed booklet that's a reference document. It's not really meant to be read alone, but the key figures and tables and information from inside the video are included in the booklet. Additionally, each chapter of the booklet is available as a PDF along with the videos, so that say you're watching the video and you're at the 8-minute 30 seconds mark, and you're thinking, boy, I wish I could remember something from 3 minutes earlier in the video, it's probably printed in the booklet or in the PDF, so you don't have to stop the video and go back to find that information. So let me tell you a little bit about the CCNA Video Mentor 2nd Edition and its organization. First of all, to get your CCNA certification from Cisco, you have two options. One is to take a single CCNA exam, and the other is to take a two-exam path by which you take the ICND1 exam and the ICND2 exam. Now, because some people may take the two-exam path, we've organized the videos in this product so that there are ICND1 related labs, of which there are 9, and then there are ICND2 related labs, of which there are 11. So whether you take the single exam path or the two exam path, you've got an organization that lets you know which videos to watch. Next, let me tell you a bit about the videos in the ICND1 section of this product. There are 9 labs in this section, broken into 4 parts. The first part has 2 labs, with this part focused on the router and switch command line interface. These 2 labs help you learn how to access a Cisco router or switch, how to issue commands, and how to configure routers and switches. Part 2 has a single lab that looks at LAN switching. In particular, it shows how a single LAN switch can forward frames and choose not to forward frames, and it shows a few basic configuration settings. Part 3 is the most important section because it covers IP addressing and subnetting. In this section, there are 4 labs, most of which focus on how to find answers to questions very quickly with using no binary math. Finally, the last section focuses on routing and routing protocols with 2 labs. One lab looking at static routes and another looking at RIP configuration. Next, let's talk about the ICND2 labs. There are 11 labs broken into 5 different parts. The first part focuses on LANs, in particular, how to configure VLANs and how to use the VLAN trunking protocol to better control the configuration of LANs. In the second part, routing protocols, we have 4 labs. One lab each on OSPF and EIGRP basics, another lab that shows how to configure EIGRP and impact its choice of routes by manipulating its metric, as well as a RIP theory lab that shows how distance vector routing protocols work. The third part of the ICND2 labs focuses on scaling the IP address space. In this part there are 2 labs, one about NAT, which shows how to scale the IP version 4 address space, and then another on IP version 6, which makes a much huger IP address space, making that scale a lot better. The fourth part has a single lab on wide area networks, in particular a lab that shows how to configure point-to-point protocol with JAP. Finally, in the 5th part, we've got 2 labs on IP access lists. Those labs show how to configure access lists, but from 2 different perspectives. So that should give you a pretty good overview of what's inside the CCNA Video Mentor 2nd Edition. So if you're ready to watch a video, go ahead and select either ICND1 or ICND2 from the main menu, and you'll see a list of the videos associated with each of those parts of the product. Just click on the video and it should start right up. Enjoy!